Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Becca, and here I show you behind the scenes how I run my Etsy jewelry business. And today I'm going to show you exactly how I make my jewelry backing cards from start to finish, from design to print. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to jump on my computer. And first we need to hit record. Okay, so we're going to jump onto Canva, and we are not going to create a brand new design because I have showed you guys that in a video before. So we're just going to jump on here and we're going to print out this one. This one's still in the works. I haven't decided I'm going to use this one yet, but we're going to use this today just for the purposes of showing you how to download it, put it in another document to print out. Okay. So we're going to download to the top right hand of our Canva page here, and you can pick the size in pixels of your project. So I'm going to leave it at 3000 by 3000. It works well for me. I'm leaving it at PNG, and I'm going to download this. Just click the download button and it downloads very easily there. Once it's downloaded, I'm going to pop over to Microsoft Word. So let's go and do that. Okay, so now that it's downloaded, I'm going over to Microsoft Word. I use this very simple, I know it seems silly and simple, but we're going to Microsoft Word, easy peasy. Open up a blank document, and let's open it full screen. Guys, don't judge my background of my computer. I am a messy, messy soul, even on my computer screen. Can't help it. Okay, so now you're gonna go to pictures right here, and you're gonna say insert a picture. So we're going to pick picture from file. Click on that, and then I go to like download. See, it just popped up right here, or you could go to recents, or if you saved it somewhere else or moved it, you go to where you saved it. So I know it's saved right here. We're going to click on that image and insert it. Now it doesn't come in the format that I want it. So what we're going to do is make sure at the top tab here, we're in picture format. In this picture format area, I can go over here to the top right and size up the height and the width. Now mine's locked, it's a square, so it'll stay in a square. I'll type in 3.3, that's 3.3 inches is exactly the size that I want it to print out at. Now, as you can see, I can't move it. It doesn't move where I want it to move, okay? So I'm gonna double click on this image, and this is back in picture format, and you're gonna go to wrap text, this little icon up here at the top. You're gonna go to, I pick behind text. I think in front of text works too, but I choose behind text. Now I can move this image anywhere I want it. So now on a card like this where the background is white, I double click on it again. If you double click on it, it takes you to picture format. I go to this section, which is for the outline of the image, and I put a light gray line around the outside of the image. Now this is just so that I can see the line of where I need to cut. Otherwise it gets really wonky, and my computer doesn't always print straight. So sometimes I need those lines. Now I'm gonna copy and paste it. I use Command C and Command V. If you have a Mac, that's what you'll use. If you have a PC, I think it's Control C and Control V, just to copy and to paste, or you can right click on your mouse and copy and paste up here. And if you see, it shows you the little symbols of exactly how you can do that with a command or a shortcut. So now I'm going to select both of these. So I click my mouse on the first picture, I click my shift key and select the next one. Then I'm going to copy and paste again. Move them down, line them up just like that. And actually what I'm going to do now is select the top two again. Select the top two. I have to move them up a little bit or else they don't have room to print. That was a little far. I'm going to select the bottom two, move them up a little bit, and then I'm going to copy and paste those ones again. And then that way I get 6 per page, which is a very good use of my cardstock. So now it's time to print. We are going to go to the print button. I know, that's crazy. So as you can see, your printer is going to have different settings. Mine has different settings. For my jewelry backing cards, and really anything I print that's not for home, I am using the finest printer settings. That is where the highest quality comes in. So as you can see, I use fine, and that is, and I'm gonna click media quality. So that's gonna get me the choice to do draft, normal, or best. Now this is for my printer, which is an HP Envy Photo 7855, and it is linked in the description below to an Amazon listing. But I just want you to make sure that you read the product reviews and the specifications and really know what you're doing before you decide to purchase, because I have a lot of finicky issues with my printer. I think it might be user error, but I can't be sure. So I just want to make sure that you really fully research before purchasing any printer or anything that's expensive. So here it is. I'm going to now use these. I use these settings. As I said, color, fine. I want to use media quality. I don't pick which tray. I just put it in the main tray. And then I'm going to make sure I insert my cardstock, which is 80-pound fine velvety cardstock. And that is also linked in the description below. If you want to get exactly what kind of cardstock I use for this printer, that's what I do. I believe that this printer can only handle 80 pounds of paperweight. I started way back in the day and I tried to make it way thicker. My printer got jammed and it did not work. So really you got to look up the specifications for your printer to see the max paperweight that it can take. So we're going to pop this into the printer and get it all printed out. Okay, so this is what it comes out looking like, exactly like this. I've got my 3 squares, as you guys can see. I've got the line there that's going to guide me. I cut it out and I pop my jewelry right on my backing card. So that's how they print out. Let me show you exactly what I do to attach the necklace to the card. Okay, so this little hole punch thing I have that has seen better days. I have had this for years. It is from Michaels, and it's the brand is Heart and Hand, and it is a 1/8 inch little hole that it punches. And as you can see, it's a little tiny little punchy thing there. Okay. And we're going to call it a punchy thing. And then also I use these wire cutters, and you can use any wire cutters that you want at all. I think I got these off of Amazon as well. I will link it in the description below. Okay. So now I just take these, and as you can see, I've marked a little line on my punch here because that's where I put the card up to. So it's just for me so that these can be relatively uniform, and they're not perfect, of course, but then I just line up that edge. I punch that little tiny hole, as you can see it in there now. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. They're never perfectly symmetrical, but there are my holes. Now I just use wire cutters because these are a lot easier than scissors in my hands. Punch a little slit right there. Do the other side. There we go. And then I go ahead, and you guys have seen me do this before. I take just a tiny little pin needle, and I always get the necklace first though. So I know that this necklace pendant is a little bit bigger than some of my really dainty ones. So I always want to make sure that I lay the pendant down and I can see exactly where I would like to punch my hole. This is where I want it to sit. I just do like a little light hole. Then I find it, make sure we look pretty center, and I punch it right through. That one's not terribly centered. Let's just go ahead and just do it a little bit like that. Now you have your centered hole. And as I showed you guys in a clip earlier, I showed you guys how to make these the little wire pieces that I use to attach the jewelry to the card. And you guys have seen the rest from here. So I'm just gonna speed through this so you guys can see real quick, and I'll catch up with you in just a second. Okay, now as you guys can see, I sticker these 1.5 by 1.5 inch Ziploc plastic baggies to the back to hold the necklace inside the back. And then that is how I do my packaging. And now this pendant won't move around. The necklace won't get loose as it travels. So there you have it. That's how I create a backing card from start to finish. There you go. That's how I create my jewelry backing cards from start to finish. I hope it helped you guys out. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them down below. I love helping and answering to the best of my abilities. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
the sunshine and the